Hello, my name is Larry Miller, and I will be presenting water conservation strategies, ways to conserve at home. So before we begin, let's sort of just remember where we were, where we're at now, and what's being asked. So in 2014 through 2016, the state mandated that we save 30%. We very nearly reached that goal. I believe the numbers are 29% is what the state hit, which is awesome. And then we got some good rain years, and then this year we did not. So 2021, we're being asked to save 30% once again. Only this time, we're not being asked by the state. We're being asked by the USBR, which is a federal agency. So a little bit different circumstance, but same song, different note. So ways to save water. We're going to go over both indoor use and outdoor use. These will not be exhaustive lists, and you can find information pretty easily on all this. I just want to highlight some of the most important ones. I highly encourage that you seek out more specific information to your case, because this information may not apply equally to everyone. So, indoor water conservation. The biggest water saver in this list is the very first one, fixing leaks. This can be from just a sink that has like a slow drip, or a fast drip maybe, or maybe it could be anything. The biggest idea here is to fix that as soon as you find it. Let's take, for example, just a small leak out of your faucet. A small leak can use about 1 gallon per day. So if you multiply that throughout a month, that's 30 gallons. That is enough to use on like a full load of laundry, or something else. But what about a fast leak? So the faster the leak, the obvious conclusion that it's more significant. So just fix leaks as soon as you find them. You're going to find a lot of savings here. Make sure that your household is running efficiently. Yeah. Next up is to take shorter showers. I'll start by saying if you don't have a shower head that is water efficient, maybe now is the time to make that switch. I know they're not as nice, but sometimes you have to do what you got to do. So this is mostly aimed at the people who take very long showers. I know that I myself can be one of them, but maybe right now let's just take shorter showers. Let's just be conscientious of how much water that we're using in showers, or even baths. I know it's not a very popular option because that's your sanctuary, right? But let's see if we can take shorter showers. Next up is when you are washing laundry, make sure that it's a full load. Don't do like half loads if you can avoid it. If it's laundry day and you don't have enough of something, maybe hold out until you do have a full load. It's going to be highly dependent on your own situation, but just if you can wait until you have a full load of laundry. On average, the state website says that this may save you 15 to 45 gallons per load. I don't know how much laundry you do at your house, but for me, that would be significant. And this is the same concept for your dishwasher. Just wait until you have a full load. It doesn't save as much as your laundry, but it's still something. Next up is a habit that really stuck with me from the previous years, is to turn off your sink when you're brushing your teeth or shaving, when you're not actively using the water. It may be the same for you. Maybe it really stuck with you that, hey, maybe I shouldn't leave my sink on when I don't need it, but maybe you stop doing that, or maybe you just never thought about it. So if you find yourself this is something that you do, shut your water off when you're not using it. It can save potentially 10 gallons per person per day. And last up on this list is to recycle water wherever you can. If you can find some sort of indoor use where you can capture that water and use it outside, that's awesome. That's just straight up savings right there. Be aware that certain things that you wash with or clean with may not be useful outside. You may end up hurting your plants more than you're helping them. But most soaps are not super detrimental in low concentrations. But I would suggest that you look up what you can reuse and what you can't. But yeah, see if you can't find some way to recapture water and use it outside somewhere. Outdoor water conservation. So once again, not a fully exhaustive list. Just going to hit the higher level stuff here. The most significant, well, there's two here that are super significant, but one of the most significant ones is to use water-wise plants. I know that everyone loves a super lush lawn, but maybe it's not wise that we have this thing that uses tons of water every month. Maybe reimagine your outside space. I know that can be kind of hard with backyard space or wherever you play or relax, but maybe for your front yard that's just for looks. Maybe don't have a lawn. Use some kind of like xeriscape water-wise type of thing there. So certain plants, they do well in certain zones. You can look up this kind of information for what plants do well in what zones. I believe we're in zone 9, which is the hottest zone, or maybe we're zone 8. So it's really vital that we use plants that are tolerant of where we live. Maybe it's not wise to plant that Japanese maple, because they use a lot of water. They're not well suited for this environment. There's lots of like plant lists that you can look at to see what some really nice water-wise plants are. There's some very, very nice looking ones. I mean, look down Phelps Avenue. Some of those are going to be really nice when they mature, and they're all water-wise plants. So something to think about. Next up is using a broom to clean outside. So I know it looks really nice when you wash off your sidewalk with your hose. Everything's fresh and clean, but it uses a lot of water. So maybe for right now we just don't do that. The state site says that it can save up to 8 to 18 gallons every minute, which is quite a bit of water. Maybe it's not something that you do every day, but I mean, it's still something. Next up is to set your mower blades to 3 inches. So having your lawn higher means that your roots, they go down further in search of water, and at this level it stays more moist longer, which can be significant savings. Once again, the state website says that this may save you 16 to 50 gallons per day. Probably the most savings here on this list is water less often. Some people simply, they water too much. You can see it when the water just pools up on your lawn and sheds off into the sidewalk. The average lawn only needs an inch of water per week. This may vary based on the species of lawn that you have, but on average it's about 1 inch per week. I would suggest that you look up how much water that your lawn needs, but usually it's about 1 inch. And the common strategy to measure this is with a tuna can, strangely enough. You can set a few of them out there, obviously empty, maybe have a nice sandwich prior, and you leave them out there, you run your sprinkler system, and when they fill up, that's how long that you need your sprinklers on for 1 inch of water. So you can spread that out throughout a week, and then there you go. Next up is to make sure that your sprinkler system is in ship shape. It can be pretty frequent that sprinkler heads just stop working efficiently. Maybe they just have like like a small rip, and they're like spraying everywhere, and you just don't notice because it's happening at 3 a.m. Make sure that your system is efficient. It's not spraying on the sidewalk. It's not leaking anywhere. There can be a ton of wasted water here, and you may not be watering as well as you think you are, especially if you're reducing the amount of times that you're watering. This becomes super important. Lastly, use mulch. Mulch for like your shrub areas, that kind of thing, can really save how much water that you use, and the water that you actually do use is going to stay there for longer. Yeah, and mulch at the proper thickness can also make weeds less of a problem. That's all that I have. I suggest if you want to know more, have a look online. There's so much information out there, especially now. It's super easy to find. The city is asking that you save 30%. We did it once. We can do it again.